Interesting facts about the Bible, part 86. Did you know that the Bible mentions creatures that sounds a lot like fairies? I've heard the argument before that the Bible hasn't mentioned fairies, and so they're either not real or not important for us to know about. However, there is a description of a being that does sound like fairies. It is in Revelation 9, when it talks about the fifth angel trumpeting and a star falling from heaven to the earth, and the bottomless pit is opened up. And when this pit is opened up, locusts come out. These locusts attack the people who do not have the seal of God on their forehead. They are not allowed to kill them, but they torment them for 5 months. And they have a scorpion stinger on them. Starting at verse 7 is where we see the description that sounds like it could be a fairy. Now the appearance of the locusts was like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were something like crowns of gold, and their faces were like human faces. They had hair like women's hair, and their teeth were like those of lions. They had chests like iron breastplates, and the noise of their wings was like the noise of many horse-drawn chariots rushing into battle. They had scorpion stingers for tails. Here is one artist's depiction using the description from the Bible. Now, I know that this isn't the normal description we're used to in America. We think of fairies as these beautiful winged creatures, but actually, according to Celtic culture, they're not all these beautiful winged women. And though this is just an artist's depiction of different types of fairies, it does look at the traditional fairies and how they were insect-like and how they look like different types of insects. And well, this particular insect, fairy, seems to be like a locust with a scorpion stinger. The little people, or the fairy folk, they were all different types, from goblin-looking changelings to beautiful fairied angelic beings. They were not all the image that we view as today. Notice the Bible doesn't call them angels, it doesn't call them demons, it just calls them locusts, but clearly they're not just locusts. And they serve the angel of the pit, Apollyon. So these beings, they are not friendly. And this doesn't mean that all fairies are that way, but it does show us that according to scripture, these beings are real creatures.